At the end of the Vietnam War, the design for the standard combat boot for the United States military would need to be updated. Taking the standard black leather combat boots from the Vietnam War, they would standardize the design by implementing a one-piece backstay and counter cover, removing an eyelet and adding a relief cut where it was, and retain the zigzag sole pattern that was directly molded to the upper. Production of these boots would range from 1974 or 1977 till about 1983 and 1984. It was then replaced by the Boots Combat Water and Mildew Resistant. It remained a all-leather combat boot. Featured a similar one-piece backstay and counter cover. Retained the direct molded sole, however of a different pattern. Featured speed lacers going all the way up instead of all eyelets. And featured a rolled collar. These boots would begin production in 1984 and would remain in service with the United States Army, Marine Corps, Air Force until about 2004, when the military started switching from black leather boots to desert tan and coyote brown combat boots, as well as switching from BDU uniforms to Army combat uniforms and Marine Corps utilities, as well as the Airman battle uniforms. The black leather boots would stay with stateside soldiers and Marines, or even airmen, or even be used by personnel that worked in Europe, that worked in the European theater during peacetime. When more soldiers started getting active in Operations Enduring Freedom and Operations Iraqi Freedom, they would be issued or authorized to wear the Army Combat Boot Hot Weather, which is based off of the design of the Vietnam Combat or Vietnam Jungle Boot. And they would also be shortly replaced with the Army Combat Boot, Hot Weather, and Temperate Weather boots. This particular model is a temperate weather. These boots were often nicknamed as the Cadillac boot or the LPCs, leather personnel carriers. Most of these types of boots were often regarded for being able to hold a high shine and being a perfect mix between, I guess, sort of a jungle boot and the standard combat boot. for mainly its sole design, as there's not much for the lugs to hold on to mud with. However, they're also regarded as being very slippery for mainly the flat design of the bottom.